telescope is an extension of its owner that allows us to peer into the universe to see nature on the grandest scale, with wonders that boggle the imagination.
It is Galaxy Log for October of 2024, and it's subtitled A Colorful Night. Actually, I had two nights. The first night was October 5th, and the first galaxy is NGC 7742 in Pegasus. Here's where the galaxy is located, south of the Great Square of Pegasus. Closer up view for star hopping. Fairly easy to find for star hopping. And here's my near view image. First particulars, here's the magnitude. It's a fairly bright galaxy. It's small in size, its type, and its distance. For this near view image is the 12-inch f4 dial. Eyepiece is 6mm, which gave me 200 magnification. The sky conditions were very good that night. Seeing was pretty darn good, and transparency was good. As far as the near view image, Galaxy showed bright little stellar nucleus, a fairly distinct and bright core region, and it fades out. But it was definitely very round. It lied in a really nice star field. So it was a nice view. I think I could have gone higher magnification, but I didn't. But still got a good view of the galaxy. Here's a sky survey of the galaxy. Galaxy kind of shows like an inner ring around it, and we could see that in the Hubble image. This is the Hubble image right here, and I wasn't seeing that ring, and I was wondering maybe if I could go higher magnification, you could maybe see this ring like that. So maybe next time I like to maybe push the magnification a bit, but it was still a very distinct galaxy, an interesting galaxy to look at. I think they nicknamed this the fried egg galaxy, so that's, I guess, under the Hubble image it looks like a fried egg, which, yeah, I guess it does. It does look like a fried egg. But yeah, it was a neat little galaxy to go for. No doubt can be seen in smaller scopes with 11.6 Magnitude and a fairly high surface brightness, but it is small, and so to get a decent view of it, you're going to have to maybe push the magnification a little bit. Next is NGC 7743, which is also in Pegasus. It's actually very close to where 7742 is. It's just south of 7742. A closer view from Star and Web of where the galaxy is located. And here's my near view image. First, its magnitude is 11.5, so it's slightly brighter magnitude-wise. Surface brightness, though, is a little bit lower. It's a little bit bigger galaxy. There's the type, and its distance, you see it's near the same distance as 7742. Telescope is a 12-inch f4. Eyepiece is a 6.5mm, gave me 185 magnification. The view is actually really nice. This is a bit nicer galaxy than the previous Galaxy 7742. Lies in a nice field of stars. Seems like this line of stars it lies next to. The galaxy has this bright core region, very little stellar nucleus, and it has like an extensions going through. You can see this bar structure. You can see in the sky survey image. And I was seeing a little bit of that. It had this little bit of a bar look to it, and then the outer part of the galaxy faded into the sky. But I was looking at this galaxy for a bit, waiting for moments of good seeing, and the galaxy really looked nice. It's a nice. Like I said, it's definitely better than 7742, at least in this telescope. But yeah, it's a nice find. And Here's a sky survey, a wide field sky survey image of, you can see how close they are. Here's NGC 7742, and down here is NGC 7743. And as I mentioned in the near view images, they're very similar in distance, just around 80 million light years away. I had a second night, October 10th, 2024, and shall I say, it was a very colorful night. First galaxy is NGC 63 in Pisces. Here's where the galaxy is located, right on the border of Pegasus and Pisces. Actually, not too far from NGC 7742 and 7743. Here's a closer view from Stellarium Web where the galaxy is located. And here's my new view image. For some particulars, fairly bright galaxy, 11.7, high surface brightness. It's small, its type, its distance. For the near view image, it's time-missed with a 20-inch f33 Dob. Eyepiece is a 4.8 millimeter. It gave me 402 magnification. And the sky conditions were good. Not as good as it was on the 5th. I had the 12-inch. But it was good. Seeing was pretty good. Transparency was off a bit, and we'll talk about that in the summer. This is a neat little galaxy. It came out really well. It lies in a nice field of stars. Has an oval shape disk, bright core area, faint little stellar nucleus. And I was starting to, picking out some details, especially to the east side of the galaxy. Actually, it was northeast of the core area. It seemed like I was seeing patchiness. It wasn't quite smooth. It was more, like a very mottled look, but patchiness to it. And if you look at the sky survey image, here's the nucleus here, and there's some dark material, dark dust material of the galaxy here. And that's what I was seeing. I wasn't seeing actually resolving the cloud itself like that, but it gave, like I said, a patchiness to the galaxy that I was picking up. Especially when it was a good scene, you could see that there was definitely something going on that side of the galaxy. But yeah, it's a nice little galaxy, and I like to maybe return or go even higher magnification with it. Yeah, it's a fairly bright galaxy. It has a high surface brightness, so smaller telescopes have no problem seeing this galaxy. Our last galaxy is NGC 1032 in Cetus. It's the location of the galaxy. Cetus has a lot of great galaxies. It really does. Great constellation. Wish it was farther north. There's a closer view of where NGC 1032 is located. And here's the near view image. Fairly bright galaxy. Magnitude of good surface brightness, good size, its type, and its distance. For this near view image with a 20-inch f33 Dob, the eyepiece is 3.5 millimeter, 551 power. And as I mentioned about the sky conditions being good, I think when I viewed this galaxy, it was near the end of the night, and it was a bit better. Not by much, but it was a bit better. I think the transparency was a little bit better. So this was really a great view. The galaxy was able to handle magnification really well. It has a large central bulge, little stellar nucleus, and it extends really well, going from northeast to southwest. A little bit of modeling in the central region of the galaxy. Thought it may be a little bit brighter on this side, extending past this little field star. You can kind of get that idea here with the survey image. But if you notice in the survey image, there's a very thin darkling, and I couldn't swear I was seeing that. but maybe on a better night and under darker skies, and maybe a better dark sight. Maybe really go look for it, but no, I didn't see the darkling this night. But the overall view of this galaxy at this magnification, it really, like I said, with the large telescope, it really took magnification well. And during my original recording at the eyepiece, there was a lot of wows. It was really a great view and a great way to end a night with a galaxy view like this. This is a summary of this galaxy log. First, the dark sight. Both nights, both October 5th and the 10th, was the same dark sight, which is my closest dark sight to me, about a 30-35 minute drive north. It's got good elevation at 1,325 feet. It's rated a Bortle 4 site. The first night, the 5th, was actually pretty darn good as far as transparency and seeing. And so I was able to get some really good views that night with the 12-inch. The second night was the 10th, and I did say it's colorful. And this is the reason why it was colorful. That was the night of this great aurora. Amazing aurora. This was taken around 8:30 or so on the 10th. Just outside in our backyard. Incredible show of aurora. And that night, I had everything ready with the 20-inch. I had that packed up, ready to go to the dark site. And this was going on, so I'm taking pictures out in the backyard. And thinking, okay, well, by the time I got the moon, I think the moon set that night was late. It was around 11:30, 11:40 or something like that. So, I wasn't going to get any really good galaxy observing until at least 11 o'clock or 11:15 to the moon set, or moon was really low to get started. But so after I guess it was about an hour or so I was out there doing photos and looking at the aurora. It started to bog down a little bit, so I in the house and got ready to head up to the dark site. And, so I got up to the dark site, and guess what? The aurora came up again. This was the view from up that way, looking north, and sky. You could see the whole sky. It wasn't as intense as it was earlier, but you could really see a lot of aurora, and so that was taking contrast down of the sky. That's why I rated that night instead of being excellent, which I think the transparency would have been, but it did show a great aurora. That, but it also, I think, it diminished pretty much the galaxies for the better part of the night, because I think even though the aurora wasn't, it definitely eventually looked like it faded away where it wasn't as intense, but it was definitely doing some things to the sky where the transparency really wasn't going to be that good all night. As far as the telescopes, for the first night is the Orion Optics UK 12-inch f4, which I really enjoy this scope. Great optics. For the second night was the Waite Renegade 20-inch f3.3. It's become, a really a great fun scope to use. I have the digital sighting circles with it that really makes life easier. For the view of NGC 7742 was a Teleview 6mm Delos, great eyepiece. For NGC 7743 was the Banner 6.5 Morpheus, another really great line of eyepieces. For NGC 63 is the APM 4.8 XWA, 110-degree field. And for that final view of NGC, a great view of NGC 1032, ZAPM 3.5 XWA. And that's it for this galaxy log. Clear dark skies and happy galaxy observing.